Let me see. I'm muted now. Let me make sure y'all can hear me. Put a one in the chat if you can hear me. Let me double check my audio settings. All right, there we go. All right, man. Jermaine was supposed to be with us today, but really the whole week he wasn't feeling good. So I had asked him beforehand, kind of like, did we need to postpone? He said he'd be good. This morning, he said he had to go to the hospital. So he was dealing with that, not feeling well. Let's see. I think I should be good now. Yep. All right. Yeah, I don't know what happened. I got a new computer and I used to go live more on my Mac. And yeah, so I'm still getting adjusted to this. But I was saying that we hope for Jermaine to have a speedy recovery. And I do not really have an itinerary for the show. I was gonna let him lead most of the show and I was gonna fill in gaps here and there. So what I may do is if y'all would like to come on and ask questions, maybe so. But I would require you guys to be cammed up, but not necessarily have to be on camera. I just gotta make sure you're an actual real person that's not gonna try anything shady on the live stream. And then you can go off camera. So that's probably what I would do. So I think the stream is getting hired in tech in 2023. Top 5 anime, why DBZ is overrated. I named the last part. I got a cousin that's a huge fan of DBZ. I mean, we all grew up on DBZ. I just said it's overrated because it's fun to make him mad about it. He loves it. Uh, I'm tired of it. I'm 31 and the same people have been the main people since I've been a kid. So that's how I feel about that in that aspect. But let's talk about it. Let's put your questions in the chat, whatever questions you have, especially when it has to be about getting to tech. Like, what questions do you guys have? What the job searches? What you guys been seeing? And also, if you are some experienced people, if you want to come up and just give your take on everything, please do. Like I said, hit the like button and subscribe. Also, if you want to, like, I know you guys have been tuning in to like some of my latest episodes on the podcast where I've been doing in-person episodes. I really enjoy doing the in-person episodes. They do cost. For people that don't know about YouTube, there's money to make ways off YouTube, but YouTube doesn't just pay you a whole bunch of money. So if you would also want to continue to see the show grow independently to where I could do like other things, join a Patreon. That's the link at the bottom. I got some other stuff that I'll probably be throwing in there pretty soon. I'm getting ready to automate like a lot of my systems come 2024, so I can actually make more content for everyone. But while we wait, let me put this ad on real quick for y'all that want to get in cybersecurity, and we'll be right back.
This video will be sponsored by Level Careers. It has a 14-day money-back guarantee. It's a 8-week self-paced course, employer reimbursement, and counts for continuing education. Here are some of the reasons why you can choose cybersecurity: high demand, job security, competitive salary, work variety, and fulfilling work. The national average salary of an information security analyst is $113,000. Your instructor is Josh Metacore, and here is the brief overview of the course: theory introduction, security refresher, security frameworks, security regulations and standards, security operations signals. Then you have these great labs with Azure, logging and monitoring, Microsoft Sentinel, secure cloud configuration, and they help you with job hunt and job hunt execution. Use my code to try out Level Careers. You'll get 10% off by using my code, and you'll be taking the next step in propelling your career to new height. Now back to our scheduled programming. This video will be sponsored by Level Careers. It has a 14-day money-back guarantee. It's a 8-week self-paced course.
It was not supposed to loop. uh, yeah, so if you're interested in getting cybersecurity, you definitely can check out that course by Josh Madacor. Everybody knows he is the man with the plan. I'm gonna keep saying it. I'm going to get him on here one day. He's just super busy, but I'm gonna tap in with him so I can go ahead and get him on here for you guys, because I don't think he's did a whole bunch of like podcast type of stuff. I think he did some on there, but y'all know it's me we talking about here. We talking about me. I try to approach these things a little different so I could really get people to open up in ways they don't do everywhere else. All right. Let me see if we got any questions in the chat. So someone says, what's the difference between information security analyst and a SOC analyst? That's a good question. So even essentially, I think foundationally, information security is pretty much, I want to say, mostly the protection of like keeping companies' information safe per se. It's not necessarily cybersecurity in a sense, but also an information security analyst can be many things and not necessarily be what a SOC analyst is. A SOC analyst is renowned for person being the first line, the defense being eyes on glass in a sim environment and working with a lot of tools, possibly starting incidents, maybe leading them from end to end. But mostly everyone knows SOC analysts are the people that work 24/7 monitoring your network. That's typically what they do. Information security analyst could be anything. You typically see them like GRC, or that could be like a security analyst that's doing I would probably have to pull up Indeed so we actually could talk about that. I'll probably come back to this one so I can get a little bit more in depth on it. Ashley Lacey says entry level needing 2 to 5 experience in industry, applying with intention, but no hits yet. Networking out the wazoo, optimize LinkedIn, updating resume, tired but still going. So I try to tell people to apply to entry level that's 0 to 2, but even if it's 2 to 5 years, unless they just say you got to have it, I wouldn't really care about it too much. I would focus on now. The thing is, what actual entry level role are you trying to get? That's the big thing, and figuring out, making sure that your resume is selling yourself the best way it can. And if you need help with whatever role you're trying to get into, then find people in those roles, have them review your resume, see if there's some things that you can learn on your own that might help you get a little bit more hits when it comes to applying to jobs. I think that's one of the biggest too. It's like, how do we figure out that gap? And that's why I teach people to do the old fashioned way. Hey, let's just use LinkedIn and not bug people about what we're missing, but just have them take a look at your resume and see what you can learn on your own. Now, the other part of you selling yourself is going to be different. Is it a good idea to complain about not getting a job in cyber on LinkedIn while trying to get a job in cyber? I think a lot of people do that. I think we see a lot of people complain about trying to get a job in cybersecurity, and I don't know. It's to each his own. I complained way back in the day. Not necessarily complain, but I was like, dang, I'm doing everything I can. I remember applying to everything, but it was like the thing that was in common that I see with most people is they're not applying all to the same type of roles. So sometimes your skill set doesn't fit most of those roles. So that's kind of some of the ways why people are complaining about not getting a job. And truth be told, I would say it depends on the industry, depends on the company. Some companies, how they're structured, they don't have the resources to possibly bring in somebody that doesn't know what they need to know when they need them to start, unfortunately. Now, of course, a lot of people, all of us, including me, got trained or went someplace where we got trained, but for the most part, those days are, over in a little bit. They're out there. They're very rare. That's why I say, hey, find you a mentor. Find, like, I remember I was telling somebody else about this. Like, I do like Try Hack Me. It has some things they can show you on the surface level, but then you got to go deeper with it. That's why I tell people to stay current with events, because you understand the things you're learning and how they tie you into the real world. So I hope that helped you out. Projects carry okay. Yes and no. Depends on who you're asking. For the government, probably not, because they're very more search focused. And there are certain certifications that do have prestige that are beneficial for you to have. The upper echelon of the search, the CISM, the CISA, the CISSP, all the SANS type of certs, right? People know that you have to do a lot to get those certs. And that's why I'm also for the, the more practical certs now as well when it comes to like blue team or red team. But projects, what projects do that certs don't do, projects show you can replicate what you learned studying for the cert. So they can possibly show that you're solving real world problems on your resume. And that's the thing that sometimes people don't have. Like I'll see some people study for some certs, but their job is totally unrelated to the role they're trying to get into. So I was like, just because you got the skills in your skill section, how do they know you know how to do this stuff? And that's where projects come in. Is that's the part. Project is like the gap in the bridge that helps you out when you're on your way. Okay. Flossie De Niro just asked the same thing. Is a degree in a related field a hard requirement on job posts, and what can that replace that in? If it's a hard requirement, it can't be replaced unless HR decides to change it. In my opinion, I think there's some jobs tell you, hey, you don't have a degree, we're not selecting you, and that's kind of like their prerogative. You can, but I think a lot of people try to do that. Some companies like it I think it's said depend on the hiring manager, right? But here's what you got to think about: there are a lot of write ups with try hack me. So sometimes people may take it with a grain of salt. Did you actually do this? So you just copy this stuff and threw it on your resume. If you want to show your aptitude to know how to do the stuff, then you should make sure that you start documenting you doing the activity. Document it, make a channel or blog and start talking about it like that. I have a video on here from 3 years ago where I went through the boss of the sock and I talked through it. So that's the difference too of why I advise people if they could do walkthrough videos, because you can explain why you're doing something. If you can't explain the why, then sometimes hiring managers will be like, I don't know. They can do it, but they can't really explain it to me how what I need to explain to somebody new on a job or a stakeholder, etc., etc. For Richard Wilson, how do you break into cybersecurity in a different country in a remote role? Let me see. What does that mean? You just want to get a cybersecurity role in a different country being remote? Um, I don't know. I really more so fixate on the US because that's what the job market I'm familiar with. So I would have to know what country you're in to understand that question a little bit better, to be honest. Let's see. I'll get back to that later. So let me see. Let me give it some music, man. I'm gonna turn the music down for us so we can have something that we can listen to. I'm gonna give us a little background music. Let's see, we like that. Mm. All right. Mic check. Mic check. Mic check. Okay. All right, there we go. Yeah, man. This stupid thing. I got to reboot, and it's probably gonna fix. Is it better to start obtaining this? Yeah, name went viral. Matter of fact, let me just drop the link that way. Yes, I gotta come out of the studio. I can listen to it while I just restart my computer. If it's, I know why it's tripping too. All right, so here's the link if you want to come up, and I'm gonna pin it. Yeah, I know exactly what happened. So last night I was trying to set this thing up like I have on my Mac. I use this thing called Loopback Audio, and it could just loop all my audio through my mic. So when I play my gunshots or sounds or something, it comes straight through there. However, Windows don't have that. They have some other stuff that doesn't work nearly as good. So I was trying to do that last night, and I uninstalled the program right for the live, and of course, it wanted me to restart to make it already go through. I didn't feel like doing that, so yeah, that's where we at. What's up, Lise? I see Lisa in the chat. PBO was good. Lise, Gabe, Will. If y'all want to come up, please do. Y'all definitely can hold it down so I can restart. That way, I'll start getting get kicked off. Um, let's see. Somebody play some Big Papa. Hey, YouTube will take the channel away. Well, they'll what's called it? They'll hit me with a copyright claim if I do that. Okay, if you want to learn the basics of Splunk, you got Udemy, or you can check my guys out at Ellington Cyber Academy. I got some links for them too. Or how about this? Use this link if you want to check out Splunk. Use this link right here. You'll see all my tech resources in that link, and you can check out Splunk. The landscape for GRC looks well. We just saw, like, I just covered Okta, and they had failed controls and negligence in their compliance on number one, letting somebody take passwords and put them in their own personal storage and Google, and of course, eventually leading to them getting compromised. That's a part of GRC. That's the compliance part and risk part and governing, just governing what people are doing on the network and putting it in control. So I say it looks bright. That's the part, like, they always got openness for it. They just need people to do it.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. My bad.
Yeah. I'm gonna let you run point. I'm gonna restart my computer real quick, and
Okay.
you should still be able to keep this up. Yeah, I know exactly what's going on. I'm gonna
Yeah, I can
restart. I'll be
do
right
it.
back.
You know I can run point.
All right,
I can
bet.
make that happen. All right, no problem. What's up? I'm taking over for Techtual Chatter. Everybody know who I am. The old people off today, so I jumped up on the mic. So, young lady, I responded her, Ashley Lacey. I'm a GRC guy. That's kind of one of my specialties. And like Henri said, well, let me stop. I don't know if he wants to use his government name, Techtual Chatter. You can definitely have a YouTube channel. I'll go over the top GRC compliance, NIST, FedRAMP, HIPAA, FERPA for education. What I do is I act like I'm doing an assessment, so I'll go over policies and procedures, SOP, standard operating procedures. Then I get over to the security architecture. How are you going to harden it? Shout out to Gabe. We're going to talk about them STIGs a little bit. No, I'm just playing. But how do you harden it? We talk about moving in the cloud, 3-tier, what zone you're in. So at a high level, those are the stuff you should be showing on your channel. I definitely recommend that. And two is I actually got a couple big interviews, one from AWS. AWS ate me up, but I did get an interview for, I think, a $347,000 job with RSUs, restricted stock units in there. So definitely do that, Ashley. You can make that happen. Any of us will help you. Obviously, Textual Chatter, his setup is much better than mine. I'm still struggle streaming. Shout out to B2B. He's doing some new techniques. Shout out to Struggle Security. His channel, my channel is probably the weakest of everybody on there, but I'm old. I'm 50, I'm 55 plus. So Ashley, so I'm trying to catch up with the young guys, but you can do it. Once again, make it happen. And two is, if you got any GRC questions, you can definitely reach out to me. And any of these other guys in there, all these guys are security guys, tech guys. There's a ton of them in the box. You know a few of them. Their probably techniques are better than mine. Once again, I'm 55 plus. So, but long story short, I've been in IT for 30 years and cybersecurity for 15. Some of my techniques are old, but now shout out to my man Textual Chatter. Anytime I have a SOC guy, I usually send him to him. He's definitely in a rotation for the team SOC. I've never worked in the SOC, so I definitely want to shout him out. Two is PBO doesn't do career development. So check out my man for career development. He's definitely in his wheelhouse. PBO don't do that. So
all right, I should be good to go now, man.
You sounding crystal clear, man. So
yeah, that freaking voice meter thing was messing up my audio, kept on making it muting everything. And I just went live Monday without like any hiccup at all.
Man, you know that live stuff, anything can happen. So
yeah, at least I'm off. I told you, I was saying yesterday on IG, I was saying I was off. Oh, we got Gabe, man, King of Detroit. Let me add him up.
Oh yeah, shout out him, man. Him and Antoine, man. I'm giving him Detroit. I might show up in the scene, man. I expect VIP treatment when PBO show up now.
It was good, y'all.
What's going on?
Thank you, y'all here.
Yeah, crystal clear, man.
Okay. Nah, man, just coming through.
Okay.
Showing love. What's the
you know, he executive, man. They don't get no days off when you're executive. You know, I'm just an individual contributor in my old age.
Hey, we're not big time like Gabe.
Facts,
man. Please,
facts, man.
Please.
But shout out to him, man. Shout out to Black Love, man. I want to get that to Gabe. Shout out to Black Love, man. We ain't gonna touch the red pill, but we're gonna give him a shout out.
Yeah, then I had the other stuff. People was already hitting me on LinkedIn about. I was telling them about I started off by I said Dragon Ball Z is overrated. I think it's highly overrated. I think it's good though. I mean, it's iconic and legendary, but for the story, if I can always tell who's gonna win, it's overrated.
But I haven't watched on Dragon Ball Z in a long time, man. I can't even comment on that, man.
That's about 20. Yeah, about 20 years for me. It's been a long time.
That's the whole point. The same people you remember from 20 years ago is still the most popular people.
What was it like? Boo, Cell,
Goku was
androids,
in there.
Goku,
Goku and Vegeta pretty much still like the main two people,
the top guys, man.
Broly is Broly in there? I thought he died.
Yeah, he was. They brought him in for Super.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. I don't even.
Yeah,
I didn't even get on the Super wave, so I ain't have a chance. It was too many episodes.
Let me see if we miss any questions.
No, what B2B had, he said, is GRC easy to get into? I would say no. The reason why is I think GRC is more of a mid-level occupation. I don't see a lot of entry-level people in GRC because they expect you to do the compliance and understand the architecture so you can do the compliance right. So the team I was on, the youngest person we had on there was 45. So,
oh, wow.
I'll let y'all chime in on that. Maybe just, what I've seen in my
I think it just depends, I guess, on I would say like maybe like the role. I think what they're doing. I've seen like some people with like not a lot of experience maybe do some type of compliance work, or I typically tell people depending on what their background is, what they're doing. You got people that come from the finance world, so they're already doing audits.
Facts. But most of those people I talked to a guy, like you said, he came out, but he had 10 years of experience. So I was like, well, come on in, you ready, right? So you ain't young. That's what I'm saying. You're not young. But like you said, he did audits. So I said, let's look at this. Let's look at sieges, because he was trying to get into some state. Sieges is actually the compliance for the FBI. The state police follows it on the state level. So I was telling him get into that, like you said, so we can go over the audits, and then we're gonna walk through what is an IT audit, how to do Gabe's favorite. Let's do the STIGs, so we can do some hardening on some stuff. But that's it at a high level.
So here's a question right here. He said, "What you know about GovTech? Is it easy to get in as B says it is?" From my experience, I mean, I actually do because I remember my technical GovTech role was help desk for the TSA, and then that role specifically, I was working for Apex. Then it went to I got brought on to be working for at the time it was CSC. Then it turned into CSRA, and of course they got bought out by GDIT. But they got me a clearance. I could have stayed like just in government roles. So there is like a lower barrier to entry in government roles, like. But you'll have to have those certifications because that's what they care about. They got them deals with CompTIA and whoever else. So
85.
I do think that it does depend because I think that because at times you can get people who are international folk, right? So getting into GovTech is almost cut off for them, right? A lot of them cannot get in. Number two is that I'm not saying that this is just specific to one community or not, but if you got a sketchy background. If you cannot pass a government clearance, you gotta, you're gonna have to. It will not. The barrier of entry will not be easy for you there. But then also the two things that you mentioned, a lot of them do value degrees and they value certifications. So I think that if you got those three, then also location. If a lot of them, you do have to still go into the office. A lot of the government roles because they have what's that called? PBO. It's called the what's the intranet for like federal government?
You talking about the SIPRNet and the NIPRNet?
SIPRNet, right? SIPRNet. A lot of times you're not really supposed to access it from your home. They got all types of hardness standards for it, so you will have to be maybe in DC or maybe work for a firm that does a lot of government contracting. So there's some stipulations there. So I wouldn't say it's just so easy to jump into. You got to kind of meet those qualifications before you get in there.
Yeah, let me jump on the end of that. Gabe's talking about the Fed. I think the state from a government part is a lot easier to get into. Now, they still going to do an FBI background check, but state pays low. And I talked to Network Plus, some people, but they can get you in. And when I work for the state of Indiana because we had the best technology. So the people that work for the state, after 3 years, those young guys was actually going to the vendor. I seen a guy triple his salary because he was doing Cisco all day, but the state couldn't afford to keep him. So
I'm glad you said that.
Go ahead, Ted.
No, I'm gonna send y'all a link to this job that one of my clients is. I think he interviewed for today, so I'm actually gonna hit him up after this. And I want y'all. Well, I'm putting it in the chat anyway, so anybody can look at it if they want to. But I'm gonna send it to everybody, and I want people to play. We're gonna play a game called Guess the Salary because he told me what he think it is.
Oh my God, was it a state job? Let me see.
It's a city job for the county.
Oh shit, they're lower. My bad, they're lower.
Is the salary in the job description? I don't want to ruin it.
I doubt.
No, it's not in there.
Actually, this thing didn't even make a. Let me see something. I know how to do this.
That's my specialty, man.
I know how to do this. I'm finna just open it up so we can just look at it on the screen. I can just
okay. I'm looking at it.
Yeah.
Let's share this.
Let's see.
So information security analyst, and you do an IAM or identity.
Because somebody asked about this earlier. So
Houston. Okay.
So let me zoom in so people can see good.
So there ain't no major East or West Coast paid thing on that one.
Yeah. So. Another thing that it says is that it's mid to senior level too. They're at the top. So that's
where do you see that at? Highlight that textual. Highlight
all the way at the top for the job description.
Right here. Mid to senior.
Oh, okay. I need glasses. My bad. Where do you see that at?
But here the responsibilities is right.
Yeah.
They want somebody to know a lot of stuff.
They do, but the city don't pay though.
Right. And our minds already calculate. We know what a role like this is supposed to pay.
Oh, I know what it's gonna pay for the city though.
Yeah. What you think it is? Look at the experience they wanted too.
60 probably. 60-ish.
Nah, it's more than 60.
It ain't more than 80.
Wait. People's throwing stuff into the chat.
My bad.
Somebody said 90. Somebody else said 70. Seeing 90 and 70.
They both close with 90 and 70.
Okay.
I think he said it's supposed to top out around like 85 or something like that. And I was like, wow,
that's normal for the city though, man.
But that's okay though, because look at the education level. It says only high school diploma or a GED. So you talk about a person that doesn't
in the job description though, it was like they want you to have CISSP.
I didn't see that. I saw I didn't see that. You sure?
Where did I see that?
Oh, I see certifications. Yeah, CISSP or GX. So those are the SAN certifications,
Oh,
or
man.
a CompTIA certification plus, or a CompTIA Security Plus.
So I was like, we were both saying no wonder they can't find nobody, because this reminds me like the Dallas hack and all the like they're getting hacked. Like y'all don't have the people that y'all would want to work there because y'all not gonna pay them right. All that money they're making in Dallas, they can't up their pay.
85 is so 85 for 3 years in. You think that's too low for what the job description is?
They're saying that it's mid to senior. So if I consider you senior level, then I would consider you to be as close to 100 as possible. Yeah. Especially when it had it look like they may have a smaller team and they may be doing a lot.
So we'll say about 4 years of experience,
right? Because he told me the people that they interviewed.
Yeah,
Justin Williams says Harris County has a turnover problem too.
Facts.
He told me they couldn't find anybody because they didn't have the people with the experience I guess they want. Because I think they want a lot of experience for the role. So I was like, that I will require, if you go in private sector, that'll be more.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be way more. Sure. You'd be way more.
But 85 in a city, I don't know that.
That's Houston, good in the city.
I don't know though. It's came up a little bit. Houston, Dallas, everywhere costs a little bit more than it did like 3 years ago.
But it's a state. But once again, states are always low. That's why they got the turnover. Because if you take that after 3 years, you're gonna be making 160.
Yeah.
Because you're talking about sieges, PCI, so you got to know the compliance, and you got to know the AIM, and they was doing PAM. That's a lot of stuff to do. I do a little each one of those, but that's
I was gonna say now for cities, if they want to get workers, all you gotta do is this: get a grant. Say, hey, if you come work for us, wherever you want to stay, we'll pay for it. Now, a lot of people sign up because think about it, you paying $85K, but your rent out there in Houston gonna be $1,500, $2,000.
Really?
Like,
in Houston?
Yeah,
I didn't know.
Houston crazy, man.
Yeah, Houston expensive now, especially like unless they want you to stay on the outskirts. Then people say, well, I don't want to make the commute if I gotta stay all the way out somewhere. It's like make it worth my while if I'm get paid the low. That's really the biggest issue right now. Rent and groceries. Groceries then went up.
Facts, man.
That's something. Yeah.
I think I spend people's rent on groceries every month.
But real quick, like we talked about, they got a lot of open spots where you're gonna touch good technology. You only need to do it for about a year and you can bounce.
Yeah, I don't advise people not to take it. Like if you're young, no family, take it, get your experience, get in, get out, go get your money.
And the cool thing is they got tuition reimbursement, and it wasn't a big selling point for me. After 10 years, you do get a pension. Because a lot of people stay 3 or 4, and if they stay 4, they just stay to 10, then they bounce because you get that 10-year pension.
This is a gate right here.
So what's some good tools training for ICS roles?
Oh yeah, that's
it all depends on what you're trying to do. So if you're trying to do consulting, so ICS stands for Industrial Control Systems, which is pretty much like industrial cybersecurity. A lot of times what you think of like cyber physical systems. Yes, SCADA. I typically don't say SCADA because a lot of people don't they not even gonna understand.
I'm kind of nerdy
very specific to like the electrical. That's very specific to like the electrical utility industry. So I would say some skills that are important are like packet analysis. So a lot of times when you are trying to understand what looks good or bad within an ICS network, I'll just give this one, is that a lot of times you cannot query devices directly. So a PLC or a programmable logic controller or a HMI, human machine interface, you really are not supposed to touch those with like any scanning tools or anything. So a lot of times we rely on network traffic to give us a better understanding of the security posture within ICS. So I think things like Wireshark, if you all have ever used Brim is a cool one. What else? Even Splunk, right? Looking at Windows logs, because a lot of devices within ICS are Windows. But those are some things. I would say security packet analysis is one of those skills that's very important. So I'll stop there because I can go on and on. This is a lot. So
yeah, game is a game. Shout out to my guy Nigel, man. He's been on the channel. He does. I want to say threat intel and vulnerability management now for is it Granger, I think.
Shout out to
it's Granger, and he had a help desk story too, man. A lot of people have a help desk story. Actually, I got something I'm gonna share with y'all outside of this. I don't want to put it on here because I know how the people can be. But this is a question. I came across this video the other day, and I don't know the whole story. I just know that the video that they made on TikTok, and they were saying that help desk really didn't have anything to do with cyber. And I said, well, she said something about preparing. And I was saying, I was agreeing with the points that they was making about saying I disagree, because I was like, on certain aspects of whatever you're doing operationally, identity access management, you may be doing something network. So I was saying it's contingent on what you do in the help desk. Is your help desk actual help desk where you being technical, or is it a call center like thing where you're not being technical, learning any skills? And so that's kind of the point that I came from. I'm gonna send it to you, Gabe, and then you can tell me what you think. But I disagree with that. I guess for a person that is an IR now and also has a SecOps background, knowing that part really helps you out a lot when you are doing SecOps. And I think people don't understand that purpose of it. And it could like detract some people and not realize, hey, they learning some good stuff. I worked with so many people over the years, and didn't realize how like much of great skills they got from their help desk role. Like a lot of it.
Yeah. Just like system administration, understanding just how computers work. I mean, those things are really important. And right, even towards the role that you just brought up with identity and access management, understanding privileges within access Active Directory and databases. Yeah. Like all that stuff is extremely important. And it's like building blocks to get into cybersecurity for sure.
And just doing that and understanding the company culture, you get to understand departments and how they work and how the tickets come, and because tickets come from every department, usually to the help desk, security, the business, like you said, IAM. For us, we might tell you to lock down a computer and go get it. Right. Shout out to DJ Envy when he got his computer, man. They probably sent help desk to go get his computer and his company phone. But go ahead, shout out to them.
Yeah, I'm looking at some of my security news, and I've seen yesterday how people was talking about OpenAI wasn't up, and that's because they got hit by a DDoS attack.
I was about to do a video on that. Now, I'm about to do a video. Yeah, I was about to do a video on that. Probably in about an hour. Yeah.
It's right here.
Yeah. I got it from Bleeping. That's where I usually hang it out. Bleeping.
Yeah, I get them. So all them joints, they come straight to my Slack channel.
Yeah.
With the RSS feed. So it's like
all
the good stuff. Let's see.
So yeah, that was confirmed.
I know they got hit with a DDoS attack. That's crazy.
Hey, you trying to say Microsoft spent that $10 billion wisely, man? See if they can handle it.
I don't know what's going on with this thing today. There we go. Yep. See,
confirmed it. Oh wow, they confirmed it.
Yeah. I'm telling y'all, look, man, this is the simplest thing, man. Like people, like, all right, for y'all Gen Zers and whatever's after Gen Z, they don't really do the Sunday paper no more. People rarely get it delivered. Let's start making some of this stuff be your Sunday paper or everyday paper, so you can learn something. You can even figure out who writing the articles and go trace back to some other people. Hey, you just never know. Or you can listen to something like a Darknet Diary. So it's like probably like the most entertaining type of tech incident podcast you probably can listen to.
That's crazy.
I wonder what type of.
I was just about to say, do they have attribution as to who's doing it?
Yeah, I think it was Venezuelan. It was some weird group, but they think it was Russia.
Anonymous Sudan?
Yeah, that's what Sudan. Yeah. I knew it was somebody different I've never heard of.
Interesting.
Who is Anonymous Sudan? I never even heard of them before.
Me either. They say in June, Anonymous Sudan also took down Microsoft Outlook.com, OneDrive, and Azure portal, with the company confirming their claims and saying it tracks their activity as Storm 1359.
Storm 1539?
1359.
That sound like
Mandy,
is that a CrowdStrike one? Who
might be CrowdStrike. I know CrowdStrike or Mandy, and I think got they different ways that they label these people. Okay, that's cool. Let's see what else we got in the comments. Let's see. You see many things to help this role. Good base. I'm trying to see, did I miss something? And if somebody's in the chat, if you want to come up, we got the link pinned. So come up. That'd be the best way for you to actually get your question out without it just being in words.
It's so interesting because these threat groups, it's not like it's always a new one every single day. Because a lot of times what happens is that there'll be like a Revel or like one of these more popular ones like a Fancy Bear, but then they'll have like offshoots. It's kind of like religions at time. Like, you know how like the reason why so many like religious denominations, like say for instance like Christian, but then they got the Baptists, the Lutherans, they got the Methodists, the Adventists, and then they all have like these offshoots. That's a lot of times what happens with a lot of these threat groups is that they break off and splinter off, create their own groups, but they a lot of times use a lot of the same tactics, techniques, and procedures to do a lot of the same type of malicious activity. So yeah, it's really interesting. Like I haven't had a chance to track anyone specifically because it's just so many. Like I don't know, do y'all track any specific threat groups or?
It's so many. I'm not. I know the latest one is like everybody's talking about. Like been. I think Scatter Spider has been like the
Scatter
most
Spider
one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So everybody's just trying to make a name for themselves, man. So
trying to make money.
Right. Speaking of, I think Scatter Spider is the one that got MGM, right?
Yep.
Now, so I'll say that it's a company that reached out to me that they help protect people's devices from SIM swapping. So I'm thinking about doing a video on SIM swapping.
Yeah, they reached out to me too.
Ikari?
Yeah, I didn't think I was gonna do it though, but yeah.
I might do it. It seemed like an interesting thing that fits with my type of content. So
yeah, for some reason I won't get a little bigger. Gabe told me to jump in. He said I'm worried too much, man.
You got to jump in now, man. Don't
jump in and then just give it to Gabe's editor. You know, Gabe got the magic editor.
Listen,
Facts,
let me know. Let me know.
Got the peoples, man. His videos
I definitely
be looking
don't do
tight.
any editing myself. None. Zero.
I don't
actually do all the editing. Well, I've only not edited one video. Well, a couple of them. I probably like let two people edit. One of the studio recorded, did one of the podcast episodes, and then the other one was like too short form. I'd rather pay for somebody to edit short form versus the pod because the pod is actually easy to do. I spend more time making the intro.
I just bake it all into the cost. I'm like, this is what I charge, and this is additional for the edit. So
I'm struggle streaming.
Less time.
I ain't done it. I'm still struggle streaming. Shout out to O'Shea. I'm struggling. I'm dusty. Is that what he say all the time? I'm dusty.
I'm getting rich.
Yeah.
What's the best way to prepare for incident jobs?
Depending on what your skill set is now, I tell anybody if you got some type of foundational level of understanding computers, I would do Blue Team level 1.
Facts.
Because it's practical. So you're going to get that experience of knowing how to do something versus just trying to study it, and it's going to give you actual stuff to do it. It's them, and Cyber Responders has a class. There are a couple of different courses out there now, but if you want to like the
Sands too,
right.
One thing is, I'm like, Sands be
pricey. Let me tell you the Sands hack. The thing that you do, because what they do is that they put literally the whole entire course outline on their websites. So look up a particular certification. So for incident response, I don't know, you might do SANS FOR 508 or FOR 572. Those are two of the SANS incident response courses. Go look at the syllabus. Look at every single subject that they have. Take one at a time, and then go on YouTube, go on Try Hack Me, and then look for those different courses and classes and those tools and techniques that people use in incident response. That's how you can get the SANS training, but for free when you go and just take their course outlines and then just apply it to your learning path. So that's what I would say. If you're trying to do it for the free.
No, I'm with you.
Okay, shout out to Gabe for the game. And that might be a segment you need to have for your live stream. Gabe with the game.
Gabe with game. But let me add on to that and I think, and I always put Gabe in red team and me in blue team. What does blue team do a lot of times? I do incident response exercise. Most people don't have that talent on staff. So that's why Gabe works for a big company that when a big hack hacks, when I work on a large, we don't have that. We calling in Mandiant, Price Waterhouse Cooper, we got them on a retainer. They're going to fly. So what I do, I get everything ready. So I make sure, we got the paperwork. I got all the VMs copied. I'm dumping memory. I'm dumping all that. Gabe is very expensive. When he comes on site, he just needs to hook up his computer and get going. My job is to make sure that happens. But then two is I report to the IRS. I got to let them know in 24 hours or we getting a big ass fine. So I got a lot of prep work to do before he even lands. Right. So that's blue team. That's why I get paid. That's why I stake. That's why I'm fat. That's a whole nother domain you can get into. Welcome to the young lady to the panel.
Welcome the. Oh, you not gonna change your name to the lady engineer anymore?
Forgot about that.
Henri, I got to drop real quick. I got to talk to a veteran real quick. I was putting a little work in, so I'll talk to you later.
I appreciate you for staying the shit for me while I had to reboot. What up, Lise?
What's up? I put a shirt on.
Yeah, you probably had fun streaming and stuff last night. I went on Twitch. I followed you, but I didn't get a chance to stay on there.
Nah, I was drunk.
You got a Windows? You got a Windows
raw?
Yeah, I got a Windows computer.
What are you using? Like, you got like sound effects and stuff when you streaming, or what?
No, I did get this for my birthday, the Stream Deck.
Yeah, I got one here too.
I haven't set it up yet.
It's just I don't know. I got one too, and I barely use it.
I like mine.
All you do is just click a button, but it's literally the same stuff that you can do with your machine. Mm-hmm. So, like if you use the StreamYard, you just assign it different things, right?
Yeah. I do it. So how I had it set up on my Mac and how most people got set up, you'll have the audio coming from Stream Deck going through your mic and outputting so everybody can hear it. So that's what I was trying to do last night, but Windows makes it more difficult than it has to be.
Like, forget Windows.
With Loopback, with Loopback, I just download the app and science all my inputs, and it sees out stuff I plugged in. I throw it through there, and I just let it run through there, and it's like super easy. But that's what I do. But no, I mean, I might start streaming, but I don't play the games people stream. I play like regular games. Like I was playing like Brawlhalla last night, like easy stuff. You know, y'all get computers.
I play a lot of different games, but a lot of them I just like playing by myself. Like Spider-Man, Assassin's Creed. Like those ain't streamable games, I guess.
I think they are. I haven't played Assassin's Creed in a while. Last one I played was is it Origins, the one where he was in Egypt? That was like a favorite of mine. So that was like last one I played. I'm thinking about probably buying a PS5 too. Just so I've never like beat any God of War because I haven't had no PlayStation to beat it.
Damn, you missing out.
So I'm actually thinking about doing a series with like, you know, hey, playing God of War for the first time and like either making this like own channel or some crap and just like throwing it up there. The closest thing I played to God of War was Dante's Inferno. Because it's all that was like a similar game, really a ripoff of it, but it's just with a poem. Let's see what question.
They keep me so busy, man. I never have a chance to. I don't even know the last time I had a gaming system. I just been working.
That's all you do, man. You the big cheese over there, man.
Man. I wouldn't say all that.
I went to. For all we know, Gabe's starting his own company pretty soon.
I wouldn't say all that either. Yeah.
Someone said how much scripting Python PowerShell is involved. Depends on the company. I mean, if you know how to do it, it's a plus. But some companies may not even let you use your scripts the way you want to in your job thing. Because a lot of times you'll be doing, they'll have tools now. So automation, so SOAR, security, orchestration, automation, response. And they'll use that to do a lot of the automation that you might want to do. And so most of that is built off Python. And so if you do not do Python, you can help with that. You can probably do SIG DevOps. That's what a lot of people are moving to.
And that's really what the big tech companies want. A lot of them want software development experience in security professionals. They want that combination. A lot of times, like either if you don't got cloud, you don't got software development, it makes it very hard for you to transition into like a Google, a Amazon, Apple without having that development experience in security. Because a lot of them don't just have like security analysts, like the skills that you learn from like a security plus. That's not enough for a lot of big tech companies.
I'm glad you said that though.
Yeah,
we need to actually ask a little questions about networking because we got a part 2 of networking coming up. I'm trying to see if Lisa has a new acronym for remember the OSI model.
No. That's an OG. That's classic. That going down in history.
It is. I know the last one was what's it? Please don't teach stupid people acronyms. I think that's the one that Destiny said.
Yeah, I think the one I've seen, the one I was taught, I guess, was the "please don't throw sausage pizza away." Was like really, really old. But that shit just ain't fun.
That reminds me of like, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally.
Yeah, with PEMDAS.
PEMDAS.
Yeah.
Yeah, that math, that good old algebra. Or pre-algebra.
It's crazy how everybody was taught that, and then people don't understand the difference between multiplication and then an actual sign. Like, this stuff is crazy. Or they'll see something in parentheses, not knowing, hey, that's multiplication, so you multiply that. Now you go back from left to right. Somebody asked, Lise, did you play Forspoken?
I did. I played the demo, and then I played the demo. Put it that way, I didn't play the game. The demo showed me I did not want to buy the game, so I'm waiting for it to come free. Then
what
I'll
is
download
it? What's it about?
It's another open world, like RPG style game. It's like a female protagonist.
Okay.
And it looked cool. I was excited for it, and then when they released the demo, I played it, and I know it's just a demo, but I was like, I can't pay full price for this game. I'm gonna wait for it to come free, and so that's all I'm waiting on for that one.
I feel you. Somebody said Prince of Persia. Listen, I ain't played a good Prince of Persia game in a while. That used to be my game right there.
You know which one? I gave up on? I think I gave up on it last year.
Which one?
Skull and Bones.
What's that?
The pirate game that was supposed to come out 5 years ago, and they keep pushing back the damn release date. And it looks so cool because I love pirates, like Assassin's Creed, Black Flag.
See, I never played that one. That's why I gotta go through. I think the reason why I try to stay away from games with good stories is because it takes me away from being productive. Now, if I'm a stream them, it's gonna help me eventually probably make some bread off of it. But if not, then it's like, dang, I could be doing something else besides in here. Because over the pandemic, I started playing like all the Yakuza series, and I got really engaged in the stories because they always connected. It was good. Like I feel like I was playing an anime, but it's also a game about the Yakuza. And hands down, one of my top 5 favorite games I played in the last 10 to 15 years is Sleeping Dogs. I go play Sleeping Dogs like almost every year.
I haven't played Sleeping Dogs.
You serious? You never play Sleeping Dogs? You don't know what you're missing. You're gonna play them like, dog, where's part 2?
I think, let me see, top game. Okay. There was definitely in the past 2 years, I would say, there was probably tied top 3 games I probably played in the past. We'll go 5 years. By far was God of War Ragnarok when part 2 came out. Ghost of Tsushima, top tier. And Horizon Zero Dawn. I think in the past 5 years, those 3 games have goated every single game out there.
I think I played one of them joints and didn't get a chance to. Yeah, I would say those are fire, like the way that they did them. That's the reason why it's like for example, Spider-Man is my favorite character, and I'm yet to play like any Spider-Man on PS5.
Spider-Man is a good game. I've been thoroughly enjoying the new Spider-Man. The last Spider-Man, Miles Morales, really good, and the one before that was the Spider-Man 2.
Right.
I think was
do you follow the little NPC Spider-Man Miles on TikTok?
No. It's been popping up on my like For You page all the time.
Yeah, I don't see how people do that, but hey, they making money doing it. What cyber entry level role is good to become a pen tester, ethical hacker? Tell them, Gabe, what role?
Wait. I mean, any tech entry level role. I really like network security, right? It's like a network administrator to some degree. But that's what you do? You do network administration? Oh,
well, I migrated now, so I went from network engineering to I got hired. Now I'm a firewall engineer, so I moved it to the network security side of things.
Okay, so you're rocking with the Palo.
Yep.
With the panorama.
Yep, that's me now.
It's like, tell me about this. Do you think Cisco is kind of phasing out?
Yep.
Is it almost becoming more legacy than anything else? Or
I don't think it'll ever go away. I do think it's got more competition competition because they used to remember Cisco was like goated regardless.
Yeah,
everybody used it for decades.
Government,
it definitely has
private,
competition for sure.
Yeah.
So, but I don't think I think it's too big of a name in the networking space to ever fully go away. There's just
I agree.
Like Palo just taking over. I feel like Palo just taking over.
That's what I said. And me and Tavian said Palo Alto is what Cisco think they are right now. That's what I would say. Like for the right now. But Cisco trying to punch back behind Splunk though. So
with Cisco, so I'm not, I guess, in the security side of things. If you want to talk about the firewalls with Cisco, with their ASAs, I would say about probably about like 7-8 years ago is when the ASAs just started really going downhill for the firewall aspects of it, because they got too many. Palo's always been big. I mean, first next gen firewall, like then you got Fortinets, the FortiGates coming out that are,
but those are more international, right? Like the Fortinets are more like international, like a European, like you see them there, like check and those in checkpoints.
So no, I don't think so. No? I wouldn't consider them just only international. I would say they are better for small to mid-size, which is why you probably don't run into it as often in like large enterprise-wide networks. They dominate the mid-size industry. So
that's why we got to bring this balance back to the talk. That's why I told Elise she got to run her episode back, because networking is something that I don't focus on, and I know people come through and they want to know about networking. And for me, I just was talking about name recognition wise when it came out of Palo and Cisco right now. Like when you just every time you see something like Palo just doing something big, Cisco say I'm going to buy Splunk, Palo say I'm going to buy Talon and Dig. All right, next move. What you about to do? That's what it seemed like.
And Palo's a big name in and of itself. The problem that Palo, my opinion, Palos are expensive. And the company, and if you're running a company, that's why, I mean, you're going to have more smaller size companies out there than large ones. So Palos dominate the enterprise environment. Like there's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But before, if you're going smaller in size, they're just out of budget. So that's where I think Palo, but I don't think they care, honestly, because they're making money. Because even for the DoD, Palos were, I mean, even when I was in there, that was just all we used. So it was just Palos all the way. So who knows? I know it's a good skill set to work with the Palos for sure. I now work back with the DoD, and Palos everywhere. And Zscaler. I saw someone posted that's cloud-based. So cloud-based firewalling. Cool. For Zscaler. People do kind of like one and the same. They run Zscaler and Palos.
Yeah, we got Zscaler, Palo, Akamai.
Yep.
Yeah, that extra layer of
what is a good first internship to get in college to get into cyber? I'm kind of confused. What is a good first internship to get? Oh, you said what's an internship to get while you're in college to get into cyber? Got you. I was thinking they were saying
any of them.
I thought they were saying you get an internship to get into college. Yeah, just get one.
Anyone.
Get one. And the barrier to entry for getting your internship isn't as high. They're not expecting you to know just a whole bunch. Just be a person in school. Apply to all.
Go to career fairs all the time, like all types of universities, even community colleges. They have career fairs very often. Organizations are looking for all types of interns to pay less to do more. So and that's how you get your experience up.
Right.
Really, once you graduate, you'll come out with some level of experience already. So,
and a lot of the community colleges normally have deals with like the local companies there, where they can have a feeder program to send people to their companies.
Community college. I don't care.
Yep.
I think community college is one of the best resources out there for people to get into IT.
Yeah. Or you can
affordable.
My way, I typically tell people, hey, like, because my brother's in school now. I didn't really want them to, but I was like, since y'all in school, I would tell my little brother, hey, you see all these internships I'm sending you? Make your LinkedIn, You got to get on your LinkedIn, and we got to apply so you get your internship. By the time you come out of school, you'll be set. But I tell people, look, get you like check out Course Careers and get that first level IT job and get the job to pay for your schooling. So now you're doing both. That's what I try to tell people to do now. People can go to WGU route. Now I haven't did that. I know it take a lot of sacrifice of like actually like doing what you need to do. And there y'all go right there. That's the link for Course Careers. Just scrolling across the bottom.
Yeah.
Let's see. Somebody said they watched their husband play those. Yes, KQL is similar to other query languages. Where it's similar to SQL to me, it's similar to SPL. Everyone got their slight differences, but I think they're similar.
You know, I've been seeing. So he was speaking about a home incident response lab or incidents and responses, not necessarily with Microsoft Sentinel. Does Sentinel have a free tier?
Yeah, so you can set up Sentinel. Okay. So I was going to charge you for it. So that's why I push people to go do Azure first.
Yeah,
because Azure will give you $200, like just to get on the portal, no matter what.
Okay. Yeah, and
you can set up Sentinel easier. You can also forward logs into it. You can, like for me, you got the Logic apps. You put those in there. Which I spent too much money on that, so I had to turn them off. So the first things first, put your billing alarms on. Time to go over like $1, $2, like turn it off. But to me, it's the easiest way for people if they want to show they got a skill set versus unless you're trying to go government route. I don't see Elk Stack and all that and Snort and all those. I don't see them on a lot of job descriptions. A lot of times they ask for a little bit more commercial stuff. So I'll direct them to the cloud for Azure because you get Microsoft Sentinel, you get Defender. So they'll let you get some hosts and put Defender on it. You can send them logs to your Sentinel thing, and now you can just start playing around like using an actual IR environment.
I think another one that's actually starting to emerge. I don't know if you ever heard of it. It's called Wazoo. It's like I heard a free and open source SIM type of solution. It also has XDR in it. So I would say, hey, look that up. It's spelled WAZUH, but it does have like that Elk Stack within the Wazoo open source platform. So
I seen John Hammond. I think had reviewed that on his page.
Okay, I've been hearing more and more about it, and it's free, right?
Yeah, I've seen some people use Wazoo in the past. I think Wazoo is it's cool. I think really anything you can replicate over to show that you got a good grasp of the job, is what's important. But sometimes people want to be sticklers about, you don't know how to use this tool. But I tell everybody, a sim is a sim. As long as you know what to look for, you'll be fine. Like you can learn how to use that in like a couple of weeks. That's easy. But if I know what I need to look for,
some of your networking fundamentals too, right? That's when you get into some of the networking fundamentals like IP addresses, domain names, and DNS and TCP IP. So
because if you don't know,
I'm about to cut you off. Sorry.
No, you good. I was saying if you don't know a KQL query language, would say, hey, I know what I need to look for. I need to look for this IP over the last 30 days. Just find that query for me. And the good thing with ChatGPT is it know how to do KQL queries. So you can take it in there and throw it in Sentinel and have a blast.
How have y'all been using ChatGPT? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Lisa.
No, I've only just started using Splunk. That thing is weird. I don't see it. Learning all the query language and all that stuff. I said, oh my gosh, this is new to me.
Yeah, it's its own language with itself.
You don't gotta learn nothing these days. You use ChatGPT.
Well, yeah, I ain't gotta learn. Let me take it back. I ain't gotta learn, but trying to understand
ChatGPT is trash when it comes to making Splunk queries.
Really?
Yes. I needed it to make something for me and it could not make it. It was trash. But I just think because I don't know what its repository is now to like if it's current, but like then I need to do something simple. It couldn't do it. I figured it out on my own though.
So I don't know if you saw the new updates, but now ChatGPT is able to search the internet now. So
I read about that, and I've seen some people like how that's going to actually make a lot of issues.
Yep. So it's cool. Like I'm telling you, I use it for almost everything.
I like it. I started using Jasper AI a little bit because it talks in a little bit regular voice than ChatGPT
or Claude too. I don't know if you heard of
Claude.
that one.
I've heard about Claude and
very similar.
Even like with and that's the other thing with AI and ChatGPT. A lot of my editing, my short form video, I just use Opus clips, It uses AI to generate the good talking points.
Yeah.
When it comes to me doing the audio podcast, Buzzsprout has a thing called co-host AI that just transcribes it and writes me a whole description as if they was introducing the guest or somebody was on my show with me. So it's definitely been helping me out to still be an army of one.
Yeah.
To push out all this content.
Dope.
I forgot about old Checkpoint. We did not mention Checkpoint.
There's a reason for that.
Hey, now Checkpoint Checkpoint had something that they was trying to do with, I forgot what that thing is they're doing with the cloud or some crap like that. I interviewed them last year.
They said Juniper or Legacy. I have to disagree.
Now Juniper is like what, like, so it's like Palo, but Juniper is kind of like one step below, right? Or it's above.
Nah, but I would say below.
Yeah,
I would say it's one step below when it comes to, I mean, if you're talking firewalls for Palos, and yeah, but I wouldn't call Juniper Legacy by any means.
No.
All right. So somebody asked, have we watched Invincible on Prime? I have not watched the new one, but I watched the last two. Like, what's the dude named Omni-Man and all them people? Like, I mean, it's pretty good. It's pretty gory, but it's pretty good.
Yeah, I would see the clips when they would come out, like the stuff on Instagram and him just like demolishing people. I'm like, yeah, I don't. I'm gonna have to sit aside and watch this. I can't have the kids around.
All right, since Lisa's up here and she's like watching stuff like Vinland Saga and everything else, what you think about this, Lisa?
I wouldn't say it's overrated. I think Dragon Ball Z got better. It has its highs and low points. I don't feel the need, like, if people have never seen it, to just watch Dragon Ball Z in general, and then do I think they would like it? Nah, they dragged out a lot of those fight scenes over episodes. Like Dragon Ball Z Kai, I think was the best initial start that they could have did for the show. When it came out, because it cut out all the
fluff scenes, episodes,
in every single episode. But then, like, you can't Cell's was phenomenal. It was great. I loved it. Frieza, who don't love Frieza?
It could have ended. Honestly, it could have ended at Frieza. To be honestly,
nah.
Talk about Frieza with Super or Frieza?
No, I'm saying like no, I'm saying in general, it's still like it would have held. Let me tell you why. It would have probably held up. It's like probably the greatest thing ever, because if it ended right there, because they could have did something else after, because they wanted to push Gohan to be the star. And we see how that did that aged well. But
what about the Boo series?
Nah.
You ain't like Boo?
Nah, Boo was
old.
But this
Boo was
that's cool. But at that time, I didn't want to see them two people be the heroes. I want to see Gohan, Trunks, and Goten do something. Goten is a waste of sperm.
I like the Boo's, like all of the transformations. All the transformations, the different personalities.
Namek is probably the best. The reason why I say Frieza is the best saga is because you got everybody peak form, like peak Vegeta, like Goku being stupid, Vegeta killing the Ginyu Force, saying if you ain't clean, it's gonna kill me and your son. He caught so many bodies, and Namek Q called him Brittany Renner. Man, but that's when it was good. I mean, Cell was too, but Cell's kind of like stupid.
The androids,
like
the android. So I think the good thing about Cell was that it prompted a lot of character development that you didn't have.
Oh yeah, because Krillin had the relationship with the android, right?
Yeah,
that was something. That was a thing.
So that I like.
Well, let's say, how about Dragon Ball Z just ends after Cell, and then now, once everybody's dead, you just focus on Gohan, Goten, and Trunks in Super versus.
So I would have been mad of it if it ended after.
I wouldn't. Cell. I would like it more.
And if they came back like they did with Super, and they came back like that, like Super's good. I like Super.
I haven't watched it at all.
Yeah, I like Super.
I need
Super's
to get on it.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I read some of the. Well, I watched the people that cover the manga and stuff. It's cool. My biggest gripe is gonna be that I'm 31 and the kids ain't got no shine yet outside of Gohan. So that's why my whole premise for DBZ is not actually the show. It's the fact that you got characters that's not doing nothing. That should be doing much more than just run around playing hide and seek and watching Android 17 animals. Like
But
that.
that was also, I think, a lot of the older anime.
Man, these dudes fused and fought Boo. They ain't kids no more.
Yeah.
That's probably what it is. Yeah, I think a lot of the older animes just lasted too damn long.
Oh, of course.
So with the newer ones, man, it's like 8
quick.
episodes. They go through this whole thing, and I'm like, wait a minute.
Because they learn from like mistakes in the past, or like Like I'm not gonna lie though. Like if y'all want me to be totally honest, the best. So the best anime with like 100 episodes.
Please don't say one, please.
No, I said no. Listen, I said 100.
Oh, okay.
best anime with like 100 episodes standing on business is Yu Yu Hakusho. Like,
love it.
You was straight. Yeah.
100 in. I ain't about to me that's that 100 in that tournament arc probably like
yeah.
And then, but best story is, even though it's super long, I will say One Piece.
It's too damn long.
I haven't even started it. And I'm
it's too late.
I have almost a fatigue just looking at the number of episodes.
Yeah.
You know what I do? I had to catch up on Naruto. I had to watch just the canon. So I had to search for what the canon episodes were so I could catch up.
I tell people just read the manga. Like it's way faster.
Nah, man, I need that animation in my life. That's what I need. I need that.
I need it sometime, but I'm saying if I want to catch up to a certain part, like I'll do that, and then it'll hold me over. Because like, shoot, I remember back in the day, football games, Friday night. Once I get home, Naruto was already translated on the site. So I'm reading Naruto right after the game. And so while people were watching the Shippuden, waiting on everything, I think I finished Shippuden in high school, which I knew exactly was going to happen.
See, that's the thing, man. Like that almost spoils it for you. That spoils the animation because I was watching
Attack
on Titan.
It does not.
No. Well, maybe just
reading the mangas have worked out. I enjoy the shows more.
Really?
After I read it. Yeah.
Okay. Because I did that for Attack on Titan. Because Attack on Titan took forever to
I didn't used to like it. I used to hate Attack on Titan.
Don't bring it up.
It took forever for it to come to where it is now. I read the manga and I was like, yeah, I'm not watching this. I was
Please
like, yeah, forget it.
I can't.
I used to hate it though.
Don't watch.
I'm definitely not. Listen, I'm not a spoiler. I'm just saying.
No, I watched it. I finished it. I watched Final. But I cried like a baby.
Spoilers don't bother me.
I cried like a baby.
Spoilers don't bother you. Spoilers bother me to the utmost.
I hated Attack on Titan because I thought it was super simple. But then when it hit me with the plot twist, I said I like it. I like a good plot twist. I don't like being able to get. I don't like to be able to guess what's about to happen.
But
somebody spoiled a character dying on Naruto for me, and I was like, dang, you just I don't know who in the chat, but yeah, like somebody spoiled that for me, and I was like like mad for a second, and I'm like, yo, why did you do that?
I can't say. Well, I don't like to spoil stuff for you, so I ain't gonna tell you because I don't know if
he already it got spoiled. So that's why I already knew.
Like I'm fully
no, but I don't know what else he's watching, so I could spoil something else. So that's why I'm not gonna say what I'm gonna say. I don't know.
Nah, like I'm watching I'm watching Jujutsu Kaisen now. I'm still like inching through season 2 because it's good. Like a lot of episodes are really good.
But one of my favorite animes that's like not shonen that threw me for a loop that I was loving. Because I remember I was catching up on the mangas and stuff when I started working at Opta for 2018. Was 7 Deadly Sins. I couldn't see all the plot twists.
I haven't watched it. That's
a good one. It's good.
Really?
It's
good. Now the animation started being bad because they kept on going through different teams to animate it. But storyline is fire.
It's good. You know what I was actually, I was happy that they brought it back. And they're doing really, really well. Bleach.
So
I've never really watched Bleach,
but the new 1,000 year.
Oh
my gosh! It's you like it, especially if you're a Bleach fan.
Yeah.
So
I've heard good things about it.
So Bleach had a downturn for a second, but I think
it came up. It came up.
Yeah, it definitely came up. But they're not developing. They're not developing the Quincy's that much. The Quincy's are here and there. They're here for a second and they're gone. So we don't really know a lot about what's happening with them. But yeah, man. Yeah.
I was hyped.
Bleach is dope.
I just went back. Well, right now I'm watching because I finally paid for Netflix. Now I got it like as a it's a what I got it for. It's pretty much it's a service. So I have it like in my office. So technically like it's an office expense.
Yeah.
But Record of Ragnarok.
Okay, I haven't watched that.
I haven't watched that. I was thoroughly surprised. So I didn't know what to expect when I went into starting to watch that show, and it was nothing like what I expected. And
what's the name of
it?
Record of Ragnarok. It's a short one.
It's short, yeah.
Record of Ragnarok.
Yeah. It's like all the different gods, and they're fighting humans. Like you got
it's
Zeus
Greek
fighting,
and
I ain't gonna tell you. He don't like spoilers. I forgot.
No,
I don't
it's
like
not.
Spoilers. I don't.
It's all all the gods. It's not a spoiler.
Yeah, but no, I was about to tell him about
Norse
a specific
gods,
fight.
Greek gods,
Please
all
don't.
those.
Please
Yeah.
don't. Yeah, I'm gonna watch it. I might binge
pretty
this
cool.
this a weekend.
Yeah, I always go back and watch my short joints. Like I just went back and rewatched the Kame Got Killed. Like that's one of my favorite ones.
That was a good one.
Short.
Yeah,
it's super short.
Kind of gruesome a little bit at times, but it's good.
I think I had a run. Sarah for the End. I watched that one with the vampires and stuff. That was good.
I just finished. I think it was 5 seasons that they just started season 5, and I just finished watching it, and it was good. Bungo Stray Dogs.
I'm about to watch that.
Oh my
gosh.
We need a Discord. Hey, we need a Discord. We just talk about the new animes to watch.
Listen, I'm with it. I jump on.
I never got a chance to even watch Chainsaw Man. I heard that's good.
Chainsaw Man is that's good.
It's good. It's good.
The animation, the storyline.
Yeah, the story's good.
They develop characters very quickly, but then it's like you almost like get attached to certain people. Yeah, it's dope. It's dope.
All right, I'm finna test everybody right now with this question right here. In the chat, y'all gonna let me know with this one too. I know what my answer is. I'm standing on business.
Okay. What's the best one or something?
It's a hard one.
No, it's easy.
It is.
I could say a best. Pokemon all day.
Digimon.
What?
Pokemon all day. What you mean?
Digimon.
Nah, Digimon was the superior. So I wish it was better. I wish it lasted longer.
Digi?
It did. You know they got a new anime out for it.
It's not it. I think Digimon was a better show than Pokemon.
How was it superior? How was it superior?
Better character development.
Better characters. Way better characters. Oh my gosh.
And
I thought the animation at the time was like
that 3D weird
Pokemon
like, derivative.
That was big, back then. Because
if you go to Death Battle, Agumon smashed Pikachu. No, he killed Charizard. Matter of fact, he killed Charizard.
Pokemon has worldwide appeal. Digimon,
it's cute.
It's not about numbers. It's about what's the best.
Nah.
I love me some Pokemon. Don't get me wrong. I love Pokemon. But
first of all, the DigiDestins was some of the first people I seen doing cybersecurity.
Word.
Yeah, they was inside the computers and stuff. And the dude was one of the dudes was a virus. And they was stopping stuff in the real world.
I mean, what metrics are y'all looking at? Are y'all talking about just the animation? So you say animation, character development,
story development. Like I didn't connect with Ash that much. Like I had a Digivice. Davis was my guy. Like, that was me.
And I thought it was funny.
Gary was dope. Gary was always winning.
Digimon had comedy.
Yeah. Comedy?
Mm-hmm. It did.
I want to like.
How about the games?
Not on a ha.
Now, I ain't gonna lie. Like, only Pokemon I beat was Sapphire. We used to play Pokemon Stadium like all the time. Pokemon Stadium.
So boom, right? That's one where I think Pokemon.
Well, I mean, we played Digimon Adventure, Rumble Arena.
Yeah, Digimon Adventure was fun. Game wise, I mean, I enjoy Pokemon.
Everybody's gonna. I mean, of course, Pokemon. The game is to me is probably better than the series. It took Ash forever to win.
I mean, listen. I think that y'all a little outnumbered here. Look at the chat. I mean, Kabila saying Pokemon, Courtney saying Pokemon, King saying Pokemon.
I'm standing on business though.
I say Pokemon.
On all 10. Because I mean, if y'all want to be honest, I got a show to me that's better than them two, but it's only like the first 3 seasons. After that, I didn't watch it no more.
What's that?
Beyblade.
Beyblade was dope.
Beyblade was my show.
Yeah, I had to say, I think I liked Yu-Gi-Oh at the time more than
Yu-Gi-Oh. You wanted
them. See, I had the stadium, Tyson was my favorite character. I had the Beyblades. My cousin, we come up. I'm talking, we was getting it in with the Beyblades. Like, so that's why it's probably an attachment to like actually playing it. Like, I have friends that still play Yu-Gi-Oh now, but I like Yu-Gi-Oh too as a story. I used to like watching Yu-Gi-Oh. Back then, though, they had a run on Fox Kids. Yu-Gi-Oh, Fighting Foodons, Shaman King. They had
wasn't there another one that was on Fox that was always showing too with Yu-Gi-Oh? Oh no, it wasn't.
It was a weird
the bald guy. It's a bald cartoon character.
They got Ultimate Muscle on there. Metabots was my show. Yeah, shout out to Metabots. Metabots heavily slept on.
Nah.
Metabots.
It was about let me see, at that time, Totally Spies.
Okay, I like Totally Spies. Totally Spies.
Totally Spies.
What's the other show?
Challenge Showdown. That was it. That was what it was.
Challenge Showdown. Yeah, that was on UPN. Challenge Showdown. Yeah. Cubics. They had my other show that I used to watch on there, Mega Man Battle Network. He was doing the cybersecurity stuff too. That's what you got to throw in there. I guess you consider Mega Man an anime. Battle Network and the Mega Man show.
Yes, it's Japanese, I think, right?
Because I think he Rockman in Japanese. Like but Challenge Showdown, that used to be my show.
Challenge Showdown. That was
Jackie Chan Adventures.
Jackie Chan Adventures is what I used to watch that all the time.
That was lit. Emo what the grandpa said? Emo Gueguis fight me Sal or something. He used to say.
He used to say that little thing and start fighting. They don't really make shows like that no more though.
Nah.
Like I used to wake up on Saturday. Like I would be staying up. We'd stay up all night, just wake up at 5 to catch the shows. Like I think I started watching Power Rangers about 7th grade. 7th to 8th grade. They had like the last one I watched was Power Rangers SPD. That was like the last series I really watched. And the funny thing is the Red Ranger on SPD was the detective. We used to call him Detective Bucko on Snowfall. He was on Snowfall. Jack.
Oh, really?
Jack was on Snowfall. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I was
used to watch Beetleborgs. Bad Beetleborgs.
Yeah. Beetleborgs. What you know about VR Troopers though?
VR Troopers was lit. We used to watch all that. Because I didn't have cable for a long time. So I used to watch whatever came on TV.
That was the one pro I had because I was like the only child, so I had like all that. My cousins, we was watching. My uncle and them watching like Superhuman Samurai, and then I think rebranded with Ultraman Tiga.
Okay, I'm not familiar. Not with those.
Yeah, I'm not either.
So what's probably like the best? Like, so say for instance, y'all trying to put somebody on, and y'all because we all show that we have a high level of anime knowledge. If y'all trying to put somebody on that has no idea about any type of anime, what would be the first thing that y'all would introduce to them?
It's so funny.
Yu Yu Hakusho.
It's so funny. Okay. I don't know if I would pick Yu Yu Hakusho. So one of my best friends, she actually asked me this question. That's so funny because I gave her a little list of what I think would be.
Okay.
Look at it. Look at my
You got a list.
I sent it to her because she asked me.
Okay.
And so the conversation was, she's like, I was like, it just depends on, I could recommend you anything, but depends on your genre. And I said, there's just whatever. But she said, whatever you like. And I started off with, I think to get someone started now, like never watched anything. It has to be the newer ones, like the shorter time frame ones.
Okay.
Because if you try to get somebody into something that takes them a long time, a lot of filler episodes, they might give up on it. So you have to, I like giving them a new one and then you got to watch the classics. So like I gave her Hell's Paradise, Spy Experiment.
Yes. Jujutsu
Kaisen, Katagikuri, loved it. Akame ga Kill, Demon Slayer, My Happy Marriage, Castlevania, Blue Exorcist, Attack on Titan. So I gave her.
List.
I'm surprised you didn't say My Hero.
That's a long one.
I
think it's 7 seasons now, 10 seasons now.
But Demon Slayer isn't over yet, so technically it's in the long. It's not,
but it's short.
I don't think so.
Each
arc is like 10 episodes. 10 episodes.
I think the next arc gonna have like hour-long episodes from what I was reading.
And like the last one, didn't they only have like 6?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Somebody just mentioned mine in the chat. Death Note.
Fire Force.
And
Death Note's good.
Death Note is what
Death Note's
so.
good.
And I have experience with this because my wife, she had no idea what anime was, no idea. She went into nursing, she went to the state school. She no idea, right? I put her on Death Note, and then she started asking me about more after that. But she was absolutely like attached to the screen as Death Note was going.
It was the same. For my husband, it was that wasn't the first one, but when he watched Death Note, like even still, he still to this day still talks about Death Note, and it like hooked him in. And but the one that actually got him hooked onto anime was Katagikuri.
I haven't watched that.
What's that about?
The gambling anime on Netflix.
That was the second one that she watched. That was the second one that she watched. It was kind of freaky.
Yeah,
it was a little freaky. So I would say, you probably watch that with your person, right? Yeah. But it's kind of not really for kids, not like that.
No, not even close.
Yeah, but it was dope. It was dope. That was the second one that we watched.
Black Clover.
Loved it. I haven't watched that one.
I
haven't watched that one. Is it good?
Yeah, it's good. And then, I like to watch stuff like that dubbed because Asta's voice is like horrible in the. I mean, I like to watch stuff like that sub, not dubbed. I'm sorry.
Oh, Inuyasha. Okay, so Inuyasha is
good
by far, and this is just it's
really
my goated. If I ever tell anybody what's my favorite anime, I have two: Sailor Moon and Inuyasha. Okay. I was obsessed when Inuyasha came out. I loved it. Like, it was embarrassing to the point. I ain't gonna tell y'all my secret about some other shit about it, but I was obsessed with Inuyasha. I love that show. Fucking love it. I rewatch it every year.
Yeah.
Binge it. Top.
What was your first anime? Because mine was, I'll tell you what mine was. My first one, it was random. Rurouni Kenshin.
Really?
Rurouni Kenshin was my first one. In the first episode, I actually watched Rurouni Kenshin, what is it? X, where it taught about his origin story. So that was my first anime, Rurouni Kenshin. So it's about a sword slayer who went against killing. He had a very violent history, but he was a samurai who had went against killing, and he kept running into situations where people wanted him. People was asking for him to catch a body. So it just talked about all the different ways that he was able to avoid that, but still remain one of the most skilled swordsmen in his time.
It was a good show.
Yeah, it was
a
good.
Good show.
It was good.
My first one is kind of random too. It used to come on every single morning at 5:30 in the morning, and I would wake up. But it was Case Closed.
Case Closed.
I've heard about that.
I heard about that one too.
I loved it. Detective Conan.
I was about that little boy that was an adult.
He was a teenager. He got shrunk with the pill, and he was a detective solving stuff. I loved it. It was so much fun. That was my very, very first anime I ever watched.
Yeah. See, I can't believe that you wouldn't say Yu for a short anime because it's a short anime. That's the whole reason why.
One, though.
It's old, but it's really no filler, little to no filler. It's like straight through.
Yeah. It was just so like that's why I was like, I think for people now, because the attention span is short. Like there's just is what it is. So if I recommend someone, I don't want them to give up because of the old ones. Yeah. I would rather them watch the new ones, like it, and then maybe you would like the classics, but you got to give it time. You got to give it time.
Shoot, I'm surprised you didn't say Promised Neverland. Did you ever watch that?
That one like them girly ones?
No.
It's like these orphans.
No. It's sad.
But
it's so
Promise
sad.
What again?
The Promised Neverland. That's something like your wife probably would like, because it's not like, I'll tell anybody, it's not like what you see where you people thinking freezing up and like getting strong and stuff like that. It's not that.
Freezing up and getting strong.
Speaking of, let me put some drip on the screen real quick. Y'all see that drip?
Boruto.
Are y'all watching Boruto too?
Nah.
Y'all see that drip? I'm watching it. Kishimoto came back.
A little bit of it.
I'm not a fan. I tried. I can't get into it.
Well, what happened? I'm telling you what happened.
I don't think I should get no spoilers. But yeah. Anyway.
I already know. I already know what happens.
Kurama?
But yeah, of course.
But like, I stopped watching after that.
There's no point.
No
it's definitely
point
a point.
whatsoever.
It's definitely a point.
What is
definitely a point?
I don't see.
All right. Well,
it's definitely a point.
Do you?
I
get
got
the
a channel
same
that I can
feels
send to y'all
Yeah.
that he breaks it down a little bit more. But a lot of people don't know that the writing changed. The main writer from Naruto came back to actually tie up loose ends. So sometimes when the manga was struggling, in the anime, they flesh things out a lot. So the build up that they've done, and people don't even understand that picture until you like, if you're caught up, then you'll start seeing why it's important with this whole, their time skip is different. It's much
so
more.
He came back after the Kurama thing or before that?
Probably before that, because it's got to be a way. Man. It's got to be a way to not let Naruto and them be the strongest anymore, so where they can kind of just be like back characters.
I don't like that.
No, but that could have been. It could have been done differently.
Yeah,
it could have been done differently. I didn't feel they needed to do that.
And it was for nothing. What was it?
Yeah, I didn't feel they needed to.
No. But if you're not watching now, it was for something.
All right. I'm gonna start watching it again. I'm gonna start watching right after.
I probably would just suggest to actually read it, because if you try to watch it, it's gonna take a while to catch up. But if you read it, because they do like 1 month manga, so it's not weekly, so it'll come out once every month. So they got a lot. It took a lot of. Speaking of that, it took a lot of inspiration from Dr. Gero and the androids, because they're cyborgs.
Really?
Yeah,
definitely cyborgs. With
so you already know about Kashin Koji, then
Shikis and all that, Mumu Shiki and all them guys.
You know about Kashin Koji, right?
Kashin Koji. No, what's Kashin Koji?
You watched already, right? You said you just mentioned something about Kurama.
Well,
Kashin Koji? I don't know.
Yeah, I know about it. I read about it.
You know the guy who fought Jigen before Naruto and them had to fight him?
Yeah.
That dude.
So the boy?
Nah, he got long hair.
Kashin Koji is all right. I'm forgetting probably. I'm probably forgetting. Let me see.
He is a clone of somebody we was talking about earlier.
Oh yeah, he's the Yes. So he was he is the clone of that person we were talking about earlier. Yes.
Right. So there are other payoffs that's happening right now with Boruto that's got people who like are OG fans of Naruto and Shippuden.
Yeah.
Like we real hype right now for what he just came back and did.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you do you get some of them feels though? Do you get some of them?
Yes, I do.
Really?
Because what they're doing with Boruto as a character, and they like I said,
I'm back.
They flipped it.
Locked in.
I'm telling you, Kishi came back because what Kishimoto I think has been trying to do. There were so many things he dropped. Reason why Naruto's my personal favorite, but I can't say it's the best because of writing. There was inconsistencies that he dropped the ball on when it came to writing. But it's still up there. It's still goated. Because look, name me a better duo.
Oh, of course.
Name me a better fighting duo. I don't think nobody in the chat can. And I ain't talking about just power. I'm talking about teamwork.
Not against whatchamacallit. Not against that dude.
Hey, ain't nothing your skill set could do if a person just overpowering you. But how they did, well, you gotta remember, when they fought Momoshiki, Naruto was really drained. He wasn't even full strength.
I don't know that. I was disappointed in the fact that they couldn't overtake. Like they kept getting beat up for like 10 episodes.
Well, Jigen, I mean, think about
Momoshiki, he kept appearing at the crib and was like, he was just beating up people and killing people.
Oh no, you're not. You're talking about Ishiki.
Ishiki, pardon me. I'm forgetting names. I told you.
He's stronger than Momoshiki though. Like all them dudes, like planetary level.
He kept coming back. He was showing up on people's doorstops, and he was spinning a block like 15, like 10. Man,
because he was strong. And he had
the whole hidden leaf. Yeah,
he had abilities nobody knew about, but until they fought him. But it's, I'm telling you, like what they did with the writing, all the Kara enters, like you find out they had people that were stronger than Ishiki in the camp.
Okay.
Somebody just said something about I forgot about Afro Samurai. Oh, Zoe
Samurai was lit.
Gundam, remember Gundam?
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't get into it. It was so many different versions of it, though.
Right.
So
last one I really watched was SD Gundam.
I didn't like Gun. I couldn't get into Gundam.
Somebody just said Killua and Gun. No, they're strong by themselves, but
I just like Killua.
Yeah.
I was like,
and I'm mad. Like,
who
go
said
ahead.
It just
Goblin
stopped it
Slayer?
abruptly.
I think anybody
Goblin
who
Slayer was
watches Goblin
lit.
Slayer was little freaky, little freaky.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
a
it was
bunch of
freaky.
freaks.
Are y'all fans of
The
JoJo's?
first episode. First
Freak.
episode.
Just nasty. Little
Yeah.
Are y'all JoJo fans?
nasties.
JoJo what?
Are
No,
y'all
I
JoJo
haven't
fans?
seen JoJo.
You don't like JoJo?
I haven't watched. I haven't got a chance to watch it.
I'm meh. I'm like about
I
it.
like JoJo. JoJo got my attention when one of them seasons they had ended with Jodeci. So that's how I knew I was gonna like JoJo's. Like every season, they'll have a song that's supposed to be popular around the time the season's supposed to take place. So like sometimes they have something that's in the 50s, the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. So that's why I want to say during the 90s they had the Jodeci for the outro song.
I haven't even watched a single episode of it.
Yeah, I started it in a pandemic and I had binged it. It takes some time to get used to. It's a little pretty different, but I like it. I like it.
Tokyo Ghoul was cool. Somebody else mentioned that.
That
Tokyo Ghoul is cool. Yeah, very, very dark. Very dark.
I remember what that joint was called? Zatch Bell?
Something like that.
I enjoyed Zatch Bell. I thought it was cute. I mean, it was weird. Fucking power out the mouth and stuff. They were kind of creepy dolls, but yeah, I thought it was cute. It was cute.
My Hero Academia has elements of Tokyo Ghoul in it. I feel like the darkness. Like my Hero Academia kind of got dark.
It got dark later in this.
I haven't watched anything recently.
Like
so,
compared to like the first, I would say 2 seasons, it started getting pretty dark. I was like, oh, whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Because it's almost like this existential nihilism. It's like no purpose of life. Everything decays and no real. The heroes are the evil people and the evil people are here. I don't know. It just got real.
Yeah.
It flipped the script. People was dying. I'm like, yo,
that one got kind of a little rough.
Did you ever watch K? Like K is for King, that anime?
No, I seen it. Like
I watched it on
advertised
Hulu back
everywhere.
in the day. Yeah, K is for King was cool. Somebody mentioned Baki. I like Baki. I like Baki.
I
need some type of
get into it.
Right.
Yeah.
You really didn't like that fighting? You didn't like Muhammad Ali's son?
It was I don't know.
Like every episode was developed. It was introducing a new character that I had no context about.
Yeah, but that's because most of us didn't know that Baki existed before Baki because they had Grappler Baki. And so that's the older one, so you can kind of understand some backstory. But now they got Baki Hammer, I think that's the new one. Now you find Mike Tyson in them. Like, I don't know, they be throwing hands. That one, King and Ashura. That's like, to me, it's like Baki as well. I think that one's like Baki. But I don't know. I say to back to my love for Seven Deadly Sins, like Escanor is Vegeta done right.
Escanor. Who is Escanor?
That's the sun guy. That's the guy that was like the
big man that get real strong at 12 noon.
Strong and obnoxious.
Well, he the Lion of Pride, so he can take a lot of pride. He said
it was that one scene in Baki when like Baki was about to like get involved in some activities and his dad showed up. Like, I'm like, what
gave him a speech.
He gave him a speech about what to do. I'm like, what is this? What I'm like, yo, this is too.
That remind me of Don't Be a Menace. He said, "What you getting it?" Man, I was getting it.
Yo.
Making sure my breath wasn't stinking. Man, get to the story.
I couldn't follow. I was like, yo, this is just too random.
That's why I need a Twitch so I could play stuff like that without getting it copyrighted on YouTube.
Yeah.
Stuff I like to play like a lot of silly stuff. I just can't have it on here.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm getting text messages. I gotta drop. Man, this has been
hey,
great.
Gabe, look for your spot for the meeting.
Huh?
Oh, we will. Like it's we might do the next one is like what's that little list people do with the little S tiers and you start like tiering out the animes.
Yeah, I know.
And we'll get people's like submissions and then we'll just tier them off and yeah, we definitely could do that.
Definitely let me know, man. This has been dope. Lisa, definitely good talking to you. Henri, I definitely
the lady engineer.
All right, y'all.
All right, man.
Definitely peace out. Yep.
Let's see if anybody got any other questions for let people enjoy their Veterans Day. And the weather a little decent today. You gonna go spin the block and drive?
a little decent. It's cold.
I said the weather.
Yeah,
it ain't that cold. It's like 50.
It's cloudy and cold. Who driving? I just got my car back. I gotta drive it before the winter, anyways.
See?
Before it gets locked up.
Somebody said, what else? I'm trying to see. It's some other ones that I know at the top of my head that I watched on. Let me see something. My Hulu shows me like everything in my stuff.
They said Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. So I liked Brotherhood. Better than
that's actually
the initial Fullmetal Alchemist.
So if you see our thumbnail, that's what's behind Jermaine, because that's his favorite.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. That's his favorite.
Yeah, Fullmetal Brotherhood was good.
Oh, The Cautious Hero. You ever watch that?
No, I have not.
It's good. It's good. Let me see what else is on here that I like. Yeah, over like the Shield Hero. That one's pretty good.
The Shield Hero's good. I like the Shield Hero. Did you watch I got reincarnated into a slime? I love that.
I've heard about that.
So,
I did not get a chance to watch it.
I love it. And Dr. Stone.
I watched a little bit of Dr. Stone. I fell off. Like I need to catch back up. I don't know if there's any new episodes of Fire Force. Let me see. My stuff I watch is not on here.
I got my watch list on. Well, what do you use for your
I got Hulu, and then I got Crunchyroll. What else do I got? Because I'm about to go get a haircut myself. That's why I've been putting these hats on. I've been looking a little rough. It's November.
What's that one? It's on Netflix and on Crunchyroll. I know. I started watching it. I was iffy about it, but as the episodes are coming out, I'm like, okay, I can do it. It's like Zom 100.
I never watched it. Y'all, this is what y'all should watch when we talking about Gundam.
I am not a Gundam fan.
Mobile Suit Gundam Wing probably is like one of the better ones. Let's see. New comments. Somebody said they love the time I got reincarnated by a slime.
I love it.
Sailor Moon. The funny thing is, I used to watch Sailor Moon, not really knowing I was really watching anime. Like,
because it didn't come off that way. Yeah.
Well, Sailor Moon and Ronin Warriors like was coming on back then at the school. That's how I know somebody aged based on they tell me what their first anime they ever really watched was. I know they age most of the time.
There was
people. I think people talk about Trigun a lot.
Yeah. So I just started this one. Jobless Reincarnation. It's still going. I just started that one.
I left one out. They got Sonic X listed as a anime.
Yeah.
Sonic X.
I can see that.
I guess that means they would say Kirby was one. I don't know.
I think anything from just Japanese animation is considered anime.
Because Meta Knight and all them.
Well, now they got the Chinese anime.
Really? Oh, this is one you need to put people on. Your Friend. It's short. It's like 2 seasons?
Oh, Kenichi, yeah.
I always put people on Kenichi. I was like, hey, Kenichi, like Kenichi go. Kenichi.
So the people that I always have them watch just for fun, nothing, whatever. If I want to mess with people, I tell them to watch High School DxD just to mess with them. And then they're like, what do you got me watching?
Yeah. What is that? I ain't never watched it.
That's the harem show where the guy has like all the girls or whatever, and it's a bunch of titties. Big old titties.
That's what anime known for.
And just make it. And I love messing with people when every time.
You'll be trying to watch something regular, then all of a sudden some woman
I
come
love
on
it. That one and the zombie one. High School of the Dead. Oh my god, I love it.
Hey, they a real one for this one because they brought up Monster Rancher. Did you watch Monster Rancher back in the day?
Oh my god. Woo.
Monster Rancher, and then Monsters that used to come on
I don't hear you. You're out now.
I don't know what's going on with this mic.
That's okay. Next time you go out, I will serenade your people.
It's just the freaking. I don't know, bro. Like I had no problems Sunday at all. Like
I can't sing, but I'll serenade and put on a show.
I thought about whenever you do find the time in your busy schedule to re-record, I was like, I know exactly what song I'm probably gonna play in the beginning. That's only gonna be on the Patreon because I know it's gonna get you to sing.
I sing all the time.
I know. I
What
think
song
it's gonna be Bartender. Bartender, like an easy little song, like to
I
get
like the bartender.
Because when it come on, then like in the studio, they got the rodecaster and it's Bluetooth, so it just comes straight through your headphones.
Oh, okay.
Because I cut. So the last episode with Destiny and I cut like a lot of it out. Like she was listening to that what that song is. I forgot this also streaming on LinkedIn. I'll put it in the chat what we was listening to start the pod. And then you'll be laughing at it. Anybody got any last questions before we have to depart? I want to make sure because somebody said your show, Vinland Saga.
Yeah.
So I just put in the chat what she had us listening to. We was listening to that. We was listening to Mexican OT. I had some Shreveport B Will. I was like, I knew that song because it came from what you call it. What was that? TikTok. Yeah, TikTok. That's how I knew that song. She was talking about when she said that.
I don't know.
You heard the what's called it? Some no baloney. Like whenever you hear that part, you're gonna know what's
what it's like a TikTok popular.
It was, but I didn't know it was like a whole song.
Oh, like a lot of TikTok songs. I swear I don't think they're real. And then they turn out to be real.
Ratchet City music for y'all in the end.
Ratchet.
Well, all right, y'all. It's 2:00. I'm gonna let y'all get back y'all day. Maybe next time y'all will come up as well. Since I put the link in there for y'all to come up. But yeah, I got some good stuff planned for y'all. Join a Patreon. If you need help, I got the links in the description for you to get some tech resources. And we are out.